before I landed in my hometown when I was 8. I lived in California. My mom and dad built a house out in California, a brick house. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. One of the baths was in the master bathroom, which was a jacuzzi. It had a bar, it had a basement, and everything. My mom and dad had to file bankruptcy because my dad went off a cliff. He fell asleep behind the wheel of a semi-truck trailer. And I remember picking him up out of the hospital in California with his left leg in a cast, his right eye. It was nothing but red. He broke every single blood vessel that was in his eye. He went deaf in his right ear. And I was 4 when we moved out to Chicago area. And I started school up in Chicago. And I was 2 years old when my appendix bursted inside of me. I was 2 hours away from dying. I laid in bed for 9 days straight with tubes going in. There's one scar. There's the other scar. Tubes going in and out of my side, sucking the poison out. My youngest son was 2 when my mom told me that I should have died on the operating table. When I started school up there, I was in a speech therapist program. I didn't know anything besides them taking me out of my class and showing me flashcards. One with an object of the chair, and the other were on the other side. It was actually the word chair. That school, Medina North School, was the school that was helping me read. My first grade teacher, she touched my arm one day. We were getting ready to get let out for summer vacation. And she touched my arm and she said, "I'll never forget you." All because I helped her with the VCR. Because the VCRs were coming out then. I was like 6, 7. But at that school, I got held back in kindergarten. And that next year, when I came back to school, the kids always teased me. "Look at that retard. She got held back in the easiest grade ever." Yeah, kindergarten is a very easy grade that I got held back in. Just because I didn't know how to speak. Because I had too big of a tongue. They had to cut my tongue down. I actually have a little flap underneath my tongue that I play with every so often, from where they actually cut it and then stitched it. I don't know exactly how they did it, but they did it. But that school was helping me talk, and they were helping me read. And I never knew the significance of those flashcards until recently. While I lived up there in Itasca, we lived in an apartment building, And there was a pool in the apartment building, and one day us kids went down there, and there was probably about 10 of us in the pool. And I had one of those big old inflatable tire rings that you can put in the pool. They were like huge. Back in the 90s, everybody that lived in the 90s remembers those big old air tire tubes that you can get. About 10 of us were on that, and I don't know what exactly happened, but I went underneath in the 9-foot deep area of the pool, and the kids went over me, and I almost drowned. My dad actually saved me. He could have let me drown, but he didn't. And out of all the things that he's done to me, he is still my hero. Me and him, when I was in Girl Scouts, me and him actually won the father-daughter dance. And I was in Awanas. And when we moved from the Itasca area, I couldn't do Awanas no more because we couldn't afford it. This is the very first time that I've actually opened up about my life, so I'm very sorry for being tearful. It hurts. It hurts a lot opening up. The reason why I'm opening up is because when I worked at my college, I worked under the director of counseling, and she told me that I inspired her, and I try to live my life for that inspiration, because no matter what God put in my life, I overcame that challenge and pushed forward. But I'll open up a little bit more. It just, that particular story from up in Chicago, I have always longed for that touch that my first grade Miss Folsom gave me, because it was a touch that I actually felt like I mattered. And I longed for that touch. And to this day, I still haven't gotten it. And, I have never felt that feeling from nobody. I thought I do. I thought I did. But no. But I just wanted to share that little part of my life. I moved down here to my hometown when I was 8. I started 2nd grade down here, and when I get the time, I'll show you the creek that I used to play in, and share you some more of my story, and how every door shut in my face. So, have a good day. Happy Memorial Day.